You know, the team that I had in college won't be as good as the players around me in the NBA. You know, even though my teammates were really good and I wouldn't trade them in for nothing, I think that it'd be different type of players in the NBA, and I could show different aspects of my game. You know, so I'm excited about that as well.
Do you think that's how that misconception formed, just because of your role at USC was to score so much?
Yeah, I mean, my role in the NBA will probably change, you know, and I'm satisfied with that, you know, because I got to work my way up. You know, I doubt that they're going to bring me in to carry a whole team, you know, so I get to pick and choose my spots, and, you know, I'm going to have a lot of opportunity and space out there to prove myself. You know, one thing I'm just hoping, it don't matter what pick I get, I just want to get in the right situation, you know, for the long run, so.
Tell me a little bit about some of probably like the most influential person in your life that's helped you get to this point the most.
My father, you know, he keeps pushing me. Even sometimes I feel like just giving up or taking a day off. You know, he keep pushing me, and, you know, just my childhood growing up, you know, I have a lot of motivations to want to be an NBA player and want to be somebody in life, you know, so.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate your time.
All right,
Enjoy watching
thank
you play. Good luck, man.
What's going on, man? Jonathan Gavoni from Draft Express.
Okay, Dominique.
How's Chicago treating you so far?
It's good, you know, the windy city. You know, I haven't really been many places, but it's all right.
Right. What do you think you can show in this setting, combine, you know, a little bit of a limited competitive environment? Do you think that there's still stuff you can show in BAGMs to help your draft stack?
Basically just my shooting during the shooting drills, you know, how I move and shoot, you know, and just the competitive part, you know, I don't know how much that matters or whatever, because I know that they all have the synergy and they're looking at films of you every day, so I don't know how much that matters, but, you know, for what it does matter, I think it's good to go out there and show that you'll compete no matter if you're playing good or bad, just showing that you compete, because everybody in here can play, you know, so.
What are you hearing so far about where you're going to get drafted? This is a pretty deep draft, not a lot of great guards. What are your thoughts on where you might get picked?
People are saying all over, you know. Some people are saying between 20 and 30, 20 and 35, you know. And I don't know. It don't matter where I go, you know, as long as I be in a great situation to prove myself to different people, so.
Do you think that you're going to definitely be just a point guard in the NBA, or you see yourself as more of a two?
I think I can play both of them, you know, because I can defend both of them, and being able to get out in that lane and run and, you know, get in the lane, attack the basket, you know, I think that's pretty good upside for me, and, you know, I like that situation a lot better.
When you're watching the NBA playoffs right now, how do you think that you stack up in terms of your style of play? How is it going to be different from you than the college game?
I think it'll be different because I have different players around me, you know, better players because it's the NBA. And, you know, I think I'll be able to show different aspects of my game, you know, being able to make my teammates better. And then, you know, on the offensive end, being able to get in the lane because there's a lot more space. Teams aren't just crowding, you know, so I feel like all of that is just a big advantage or something that will help my game as well.
Right. 5 years down the road, what kind of pro do you see yourself being?
I see myself being on the verge or the edge of being an all-star, you know, so that's just my goal, and, you know, that's just basically where it is.
Right. Would you rather go later on in the draft, maybe in the second round, to a team that has a need for a combo guard who can light it up off the bench, or do you prefer to go in the first round, even if it's a place that you're not going to play right away?
No, like I said, it don't matter what pick I go. You know, people are saying first round and this and that, but I just want to be put in the right situation. You know, I want to be put in a situation where I can go out there and play, because no matter what you say, you get better on the court. You know, so I feel like the opportunity for me to just go out there and play is a big part, you know, in my game, you know, in my confidence and just getting used to the NBA. And, you know, I think the more I play, the better I'll be in the long run. So, you know, everything is for the long run, you know.
Is the longer three-point arc of the NBA, is that going to help you in terms of spacing, or is that going to hurt you because you weren't a great three-point shooter in college?
Yeah, I think it's going to help me, you know, because once I just get in the gym like I've been doing, you know, I'm shooting the ball a lot better, and, you know, I just got to get used to shooting it with a defense out there and, you know, getting my timing back, because my timing a little off from the one-on-ones that we just had at the combine. You know, my timing a little off, and I just got to get it back in order, and I think it's the result of me working out by myself, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, just that, and me having the space and making the defense guard me towards the arc. I think that'll really help me in getting to the basket.